What's up, everybody? This is Sean from Frame the Stage. We're here at Bethel Road Pub for the Battle for the Range Finals, and I am here with Absolute Hero. So if you guys could go around and introduce yourselves and what you guys do in the band.
I'm Sarah, and I'm main vocals.
I'm Chris. I play the bass guitar.
I am Landon, and I play guitar.
I'm Justin. I play drums and do some backup vocals.
I'm Cody, and I play guitar.
Awesome. So how did you guys meet?
All right, so Absolute Hero formed in 2015. It was me and another guy, a very talented guy named Seth. It was me and him first, and then we met Justin I think a Craigslist ad. Yeah, Craigslist. And we met him at a Tim Hortons, and I remember thinking, this guy is really pretentious and a know-it-all. And then later I realized he just actually knew it all. He's actually very intelligent when it comes to music. He's been a good benefit to the band. So
I have known Sarah actually for about 2 years before I was even in Absolute Hero. I was in a band before this, maybe 3 years. I was in a band called Sleep Jacket, and I was friends with another band who knew Sarah, and me and Sarah have known each other for a few years, and finally it's kind of time worked out, and I was able to put in the time and effort and be an Absolute Hero after a couple of years. And Sarah kept trying to get on me for 3 years to join, and finally everything worked out, and I was able to jump on board, and it's been a phenomenal time so far. It's been about 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, it's been awesome.
I actually met these guys through a Craigslist ad as well. Not a personals ad. It was through a musicians community, so just to get that straight. Met Sarah actually 2 years prior, 3 years prior. She was also looking to start a band, and fate would have it we would meet up 3 or 4 years later, and I would join Absolute Hero.
Awesome. So how did you guys get the band name Absolute Hero?
that's a me question. We went through a couple of things. I remember talking about how there were a lot of other hero bands, which is fine. It's cool. Hero is a very strong definitive word. It means a lot. Basically, I suggested heroes without capes, but it was too long. So I was like, Absolute Hero. It means the policemen, the firefighters, the heroes that aren't in the Marvel or DC movies. They're just everyday heroes, even musicians, people who influenced us and inspired us to do what we do now.
So who are some of your guys' influences?
For me personally, Census Fail, Buddy Nielsen from Census Fail, definitely. Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt right now. In terms of lyric-wise and personal life-wise, his story really speaks to me more than a lot of people. It really hits me on a personal level. Buddy Nielsen, Census Fail, obviously. I grew up listening to Green Day. So the old school stuff, the Clash, Green Day, Blink, Sum 41, all that stuff from early 2000s. That's the punk stuff that I grew up on. All that stuff is what I grew up on. So that can only speak for myself.
I like Justin Timberlake. But also recently, more rock band, Highly Suspect has been the past 2 years, ever since they came out, they've been my favorite band as of recently. So a lot of inspiration from there.
Yeah, this is Justin. I think a big influence for us is definitely some stuff like Beartooth, Hailstorm, A Day to Remember. I'm a big fan of Under Oath. I think that really pulls into it. So Norma Jean, some of the big ambient hard hitting stuff. I think that really is a good testament of that type of stuff that we all kind of listen to. Not always all the same bands, but that genre, we're all pulling for that type of stuff, and I feel that really speaks through our music.
I would have to say, Adam D from Killswitch Engage is probably my favorite guitar player, and you got Eddie Van Halen, just a complete awesome guy. I think that's what helps us all is through our different influences to come together and write some really awesome tunes.
And I grew up with a lot of shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I grew up with a lot of Pearl Jam, Stain, Shinedown. I wanted to start singing because of Tattoo or Alanis Morissette, Paramore, and stuff like that. I know it sounds like cliche to say Paramore, but she's got an amazing voice, and it's just like I want to be amazing like that. Like,
So if you guys could go on tour with one band, what band would that be?
I'd say in this moment.
It would be cliche of me to say Census Fail because I mentioned them earlier, but honestly, I'd be stoked if we hooked up with Beartooth.
Beartooth would be cool. Highly Suspect would be awesome. I love their music, but I don't know. A Day to Remember would also be cool just because they're on that huge level. It would be a huge platform.
I think Under Oath would be pretty gnarly to tour with. I think everybody collective as a whole agrees on that.
So was there a particular band or a song that kind of got you going to start music and playing a band?
Oh man, we started out. Can I say it? We started out pop punk, and it was just like a lot of Newfound Glory. I don't really care for them now, but for me, I had an old band that was really more alternative, and I tried to be pop punk, but it was a lot of crazy stuff. But it was obviously like Paramore, Fall Out Boy, stuff like that for me. And then I was like, you know what? I like rock and roll better. I think I sound better as a rock and roll vocalist. So
We just heard a cackle.
I've been playing music since I was about 12 years old. So I've been wanting to. Man, there goes a car. I've been playing music as a musician. I've been playing guitar, piano, bass since I was about 12 years old. So playing music live is always something I've wanted to do. From playing with my cousin, at family functions, to being in the band that I was in 3 years ago, to being here. It's like, if it's something's your passion, making it, having it be your passion. Oh my! I can't focus because this fucking car right here. Can I say fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess playing live music, doing something that you've been doing since you were 12 years old, it's really nice because it doesn't feel like I'm putting any effort. Like, I'm obviously put effort into it, but it's not something that's hard for me because it's something that I've been doing since I was about 12 years old and something that I love, and it makes it easy.
All right. So what do you enjoy most about being a musician?
I don't know. I like working hard, and there's not a lot of stuff that I do in life because that makes me work hard except for this. It makes me feel good, like I'm doing something. I feel good about myself. I'm making a point in my life. Like I don't feel like, when I get depressed, I'm just like, there's music. So
I think what I like about being a musician is creating songs that, kind of hit people at home, relatable subjects, things that we go through. I think we talk about and try to explain to really, the light way of how to get out of it, and just trying to be relatable about like all the subject we're talking, but trying to put a positive spin on it, just to let everybody know that there's hope. There's there's different ways of dealing with stuff rather than being sad or going through different things in your life. Like, there's always hope no matter what. So I think that's a big part of what we come through lyrically. Music wise, I think we all just want to make people's heads bob at the same time.
Just to play off what Justin said, I think it's what gets me into music is just the people. You meet a lot of great people in a world that doesn't have a lot of camaraderie anymore. Music gets everybody together. It really does.
Mm-hmm. So what is your go-to karaoke song?
I actually do "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green, and I actually had a guy at one bar saw me like write it down, and he was like, "Can you actually sing that?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I went up and I blew him away, and he tried to sing with me, and I was like, "I don't need your help." Like,
this is Chris. My go-to is "Walk" by Pantera. Absolutely, every time.
First Date, Blink-182 for sure.
This is Justin. I like "Drown" by Bring Me the Horizon.
You guys don't laugh at me. Four Non-Blondes. What's Up? That's amazing song.
So what is your current musical guilty pleasure?
I hate to say it. We all come together a little bit in the studio. Nickelback. I'm sorry, guys.
I never, and it's mostly my fault, but we really fucking jammed to Hannah Montana, or not Hannah Montana, but Miley Cyrus. Same thing. On tour, we're just listening to Climb. So.
This is Chris. I've been jamming to Settle Your Scores new album, Better Luck Tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just something I've been just listening to forever, but I guess
That's
guilty.
normal.
I know, that's just normal shit, but guilty pleasure.
Something that we'd make fun of you for.
Something to make fun of me for. God. Dude, I absolutely will stand behind 1989 by Taylor Swift every single day. Every day I will listen to that album. That album slaps.
The 1975. If you don't fuck with them, then I don't know. They're really killing it. Everything they do.
Yeah, they are.
Do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
As a vocalist, I always do vocal warm-ups. Sometimes I take a balloon and like blow it up a few times because that takes a lot of lungs. So it helps a lot. And honey and tea and shit like that. Whiskey.
I don't necessarily have I guess a routine. I'll go over stuff and make sure, maybe like a quick run through in my head, and with Cody, whiskey helps. Today mainland and watched a Lil Dicky music video, kind of loosen ourselves up before it.
Definitely just making sure you're in tune and kind of just trying to get the like heart beating fast and like get the energy going before. Maybe get a little sweat going in. I don't know. That's about it.
Stretches definitely help. Lots of stretches.
Yeah, just chilling out really, and just taking one moment at a time, and just bask in the moment that you're about to go on stage. I mean, that's really it.
Cool. So what was the first concert you guys attended?
Oh man, my very first concert was Hanson. The bop, and then my
Bop.
second one is actually Poison. So it was like in my blood.
My first concert was the Killers. And yeah, I know. In Denver at Red Rocks, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
My first concert was Rush at the Germain Amphitheater. Some good old Canadian boys.
Mine's lame, and I bet nobody will know who I'm talking about, but I grew up in like a Christian home, so it was way back in like early 90s. I think I saw DC Talk, Carmen, and Sandy Patty. Yeah, definitely. Nobody has any idea who that is.
You call me old.
My first concert was a huge rock fest in Indiana, and the top bill was Disturbed with Fuel and Shine Down.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
So who's the biggest partier of the band?
That's the youngest one who can go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. That would be Landon, our Canadian, our favorite Canadian. Because I used to be able to do that, and now I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, this is. I'm in bed by like 9 o'clock if I can help it. Even earlier, earlier is better.
So what's your guys' drink of choice?
Oh God, probably Jack or Jameson and Coke. I mean, that sounds very cliche,
Whiskey and
but
Coke.
yeah, whiskey and Coke. Yeah,
All
that's,
around.
yeah, that's about
Can't
it.
do fruity shit anymore. That's my stomach.
So Back to the Future or Goonies?
Goonies.
Goonies, yeah.
Well, hold on. Back to the Future
Shut
1
up, Cody.
or 3?
Cody. Goonies. Nobody cares. Goonies was mentioned. Hey.
So what is some of your worst habits?
I get really anxious when people touch me. Like even like out of the blue, or just they warn me first. I don't like being touched. Like I have really bad anxiety.
Yeah, I also don't like when I can't see everything that's around me. So like even like this whole entire time I've been like looking around. Like
That car?
Yeah, that car. I was just focused. I hate it when I can't see everything around me. That's why I always sit in corners so I can see everything. I'm sort of like Sarah. Like I don't like people coming up to me when I don't know them, or like you're doing right now.
You know me.
Okay, yeah, I do know.
So Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
Taylor Swift, absolutely. No one's else answered.
I'm biracial, so I say Beyonce because she's a fucking queen. She's a queen. She stomps on, like Kanye said.
So if you could choose Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Do you guys have
What's
any
Lord of the Rings?
Do you guys have any pet peeves?
When people touch me.
People who say rubbish instead of garbage.
Being late. I hate when people are late. I like always try to show up early. Even like whenever I'm late, I even hate myself. So I hate everybody else when they're late too.
So if you guys had to choose, Circle Pit or Wall of Death?
Circle Pit.
Yeah.
There's more energy.
Circle Pit. All right. Breakdowns or sing-alongs?
Breakdown.
I'm a breakdown guy.
With the sing-alongs.
Sing-alongs.
That's like a 50-50. I like them both. If we can get them both in a song, that'd be great.
I'm the vocalist, and I like breakdowns.
So that brings us to our last question of what is in store for Absolute Hero in 2018?
We are releasing new music. We don't have an exact date, but we are definitely releasing new music in the summertime for our EP Gone Bad. We have 6 new songs coming out. Well, 5 technically, but with Death of Innocence, we're having more new stuff, heavier stuff. We don't expect what we used to do, basically.
Well, thank you guys for coming out,
You're welcome.
and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.